Hey guys, it's Nick and Keith again for another episode of Ask J&A. Today the question actually comes from myself. Keith just got back from what is called the Masters Conference. LPL puts it on, who's our broker dealer. It's actually a conference for the nation's top financial advisors, independent advisors. So it's a pretty big deal for us for him to be able to attend that. But he just got back, and I know there had to be some good feedback there. Said you're kind of rubbing elbows with some of the best in the industry. So we wanted to kind of get your feedback, and I just is there anything you wanted to bring back from that good information for our clients?
Yeah, it was always humbling, I think, being in that group, because you see, advisors all over the country striving to do a great job for the people they serve, and certainly I think I like to assign our groups in that wheelhouse. But the schedule of the trip was 3 days of meetings and really communicating with a lot of advisors. Some doing niche things, obviously our niche being retirement income planning, focus. I try to find the guys that, whether in California or out east, that are building their practice in a similar way. But without a doubt, Nick, I had the opportunity. Jack and Nicholas spoke to the entire group, so and it was a extremely compelling story. Now, it was a real casual discussion, but he spoke a little bit about retiring, and it wasn't the theme of his discussion. It was more just about his life and his what a great athlete he's been. I mean, obviously one of the greatest athletes ever lived. But what really stuck out to me is what he discussed about his life after he retired from golf.
Okay.
And what many people obviously, some know, obviously he's gone on to design scores of golf courses. He owns dozens of businesses. He's an entrepreneur. But one thing I think he said, and I don't have it exactly right, but it was something, he retired to other things. He didn't retire to.
That's powerful.
Yeah, he didn't retire to do nothing. Yeah. He retired to do other things, and he plays golf on a very limited basis. And I think a good example, he said he was a few weeks ago, he was shooting 80s in the 80s, and he said that might be great for some people, but that wasn't good for him. Yeah. So he went about this practice again to get his golf game down.
Sure, it's humbling for him to go out there and hit an 80s.
And he just goes to tell you, what a drive this gentleman has in his mid-70s. Talked about his family. But the one thing that stuck out is when he was learning to play golf, his dad encouraged him to take up the sport. And his dad was a professional athlete, played football. And Jack Nicholas said that his best sport was actually baseball. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he said he went out on the course and started to hit buckets of balls. And he said at that time, a bucket of balls cost 35 cents. And a month goes by, and his dad says, "Jack, I got to talk to you." He said, "I got a $300 and some bill from the golf course."
Wow.
So he hit that many.
Wow.
And I think that's a fascinating story about the drive to improve.
Wow. Yeah.
And ultimately, many people think, people have a natural born talent. And in his first month of playing golf, he hit that many balls. So I think what is unique about a character like that is just the innate drive that he has, and he continues. And he finally told a story about that he and his wife are really giving a lot to the hospitals in Florida, and he told a story about a little girl that was born terminal, and that they were able to bring a team of medical professionals and ultimately save her life. And he cried, and you just see the humanity and the drive that he has, that he brings to whether it's his philanthropy, whether it's sports, whether it's business, and I think that's something that we should all strive to do is suck as much marrow out of life as we can. And even with my father, I thought, with his death, Nick, when he retired, a huge difference was my dad retired to do nothing. And Jack retired a great career to do a lot of other things. And I think that is a critical component of one thing we can all learn from by folks that just struggle with that. That the idea is to sit in the lawn chair for some, and the others is to do something powerful.
I love the fact that, looking at how he's living his life now, his past is so powerful, it's iconic. but his reflection isn't on his past.
Yeah.
It really is what he's doing today and what he's going to do tomorrow.
Right.
Which is, you know, a lot of retirees, I think, you go into it and they think it's just going to be a reflection on the accolades that brought him to this point. And it's so powerful to hear somebody just say, like, you know, that was a part of my life. This is the next part, and then the future part's even more promising.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, out of what was a great meeting, the takeaway and really the reminder of the calling, the work that we have to do is what's next in your life. And there's always a next thing that we can be excited about, we can be invigorated about, no matter what our career was like. Can you imagine retiring the greatest golfer that ever
I think it'd be enough.
Yeah, but no, and I think that was a story that really not the theme of his discussion, but a pretty powerful takeaway.
That's a good takeaway from the conference. I expect it to be about financial advisors, but that's more powerful for sure, especially in our daily work. I love that. Well, guys, we appreciate it. Except we look forward to catching you next time. Thank you.